Interesting. Whoa, 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 wait for it. Wait for it, people. Whoa there. Are we? No. Are we live? No, it's not working. It can't possibly be working. Let me check. Can't possibly be working. I gotta see this. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Look at that. There you guys are at. Oh, are we live? Oh, there I am. No, it's not working. I gotta pause. I gotta turn down my audio here. There you are. There you are. Look, I'm live. And look, I messed up my my setup here. You guys can see some of my awful background here. But hey, the quality's better. The quality's definitely better. Well, let's see how bad it gets and how good it is. And I won't be able to really verify how good or bad this is until I actually can go back and look at it after this episode has been broadcasted. Lagging in HD, I'm not surprised. Sounds like sounds like we're having some bandwidth issues, which is interesting because down here it says I'm doing okay for my upload speeds. And am I even really in true HD at the moment? I don't even know if I am. And so this is, oh, there's an echo. Is there an echo? Hang on, let's see what we got here. Echo. Remember, this is a test broadcast, so we're going to get rid of stereo mix here. I bet you that'll fix our problem, our echo problem. Hey, and hopefully that magically got rid of it. Did that get rid of the echo? That's what I need to know. No more echo? Echo? Echo gone? Is the echo gone? That's what we need to know. You guys are awesome. Very patient with me today, and this is something that is going to be an evolving process. And I decided to go with live stream because, you know, what's funny is this isn't going to work out that well yet, until I get my internet connection down here. I just spent the past 30 minutes running around in circles in my house because I needed to get a physical network connection to my computer. And to be honest with you, that's I couldn't get one. I couldn't get a wired connection to it. So we're actually broadcasting over wireless, and so that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't get it. That's why I didn't get that totally. That's probably why we're not actually broadcasting in great HD right now at this moment in time. But hey, we are actually broadcasting, and so I can actually do something today. I can actually follow you guys. I can see the chat. It looks like we're doing some kind of broadcasting here. I do see that my... yeah, I do see that my video feed seems to be coming in okay, but I am going to pause it on my end. That way I don't use up any more of my bandwidth that is going on here. So let's go ahead and get started today, okay? My thought of the day, okay? Experimentation with tech. Now, this is one of those things that we discussed off and on while we were doing our thing with pretty much every other earlier video in this show. PCM Tech Talk Live, by the way, is the name of this segment. It's dedicated to the subscribers. But experimentation is what we're doing tonight. This is what it's all about. It's all about getting yourself out there, trying out new things, trying new devices, technology, and appearing to come up with new ways to come up with being able to broadcast or try something new. Technology in and of itself has thrived on people trying out new things. And you won't learn anything unless you sit down and actually get your head in it. You know what I mean? And start thinking about and trying it. And so I was thinking this morning, I was like, you know what? I wanted to do live. I wanted to do HD. The live show is here to stay. It's completely free. I love it. But what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm nervous about it. Okay? So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's just see what happens. Experimentation. Okay? I'm going to go back and watch this video after we're done. I'm going to watch it and be like, whoa, bad. I can see how bad these wrinkles are heavily in HD. Something I expected to happen, actually. So that's no surprise to me. My backdrop is, I'm working on it. I will probably have a new one by next week. So that is a work in progress back there. So I'm working on that. And it looks like Viper's saying that there's an echo, which apparently I'm not hearing on my end. So if anybody else is working on hearing an echo, please let me know in the chat. Experimentation allows me to try this out, see how it goes, and hopefully I don't lose too many of you in the process of this experimentation. But that's my idea of today. Go out there and experiment and play around with some tech. And the great thing about the guys at the community, actually, is that they experiment all the time. I get to see their experiments and what they've got going on. And speaking of which, speaking of my awesome community, PCMTechHelp.com/community. Great community. At Google Plus is where we hang out. And obviously, a lot of them are here hanging out and chatting right now, which is awesome. I love that. I love the chat. It's a lot better. But I'm going down through here. Free download of the day from J-Ray. I wanted to make a note of this. It's a gaming application called a virtual private networking tool. It's called Tungle, Tunngle International, and it's a peer-to-peer VPN tool that delivers the best online entertainment experience. It's for PC gamers to comfortably play their LAN gaming. It's free. We're all about free stuff at the community, and I wanted to point this out. I'm really kind of interested in this. I want to talk more about your guys' community content during the show. So that was a great share, J-Ray. I had to throw that in there so that everybody was aware of it. You can find the download, again, at PCMTechHelp.com/community. That's where they post all of it. There's hundreds of them, hundreds of free downloads. Compton Sue was one of the big guys who contributed those. But let's talk about the news. Okay, my stream seems to be streaming. We seem to be live. We seem to be consistent. I think I figured out what my original problem was, and so we can kind of start evolving beyond this immediate crisis, so we can kind of see what's going on here. If I go into the top stories of today, the Google Reader has died. Okay, Google Reader has finally died. Okay, they've been talking about killing Google Reader for years, and Google's finally killed it. And there's an interesting article from TechCrunch, actually, they talked about it today. And it says, Google Reader's death is proof that RSS, which is your feeding, always suffered from a lack of consumer appeal. I think that's kind of true. RSS feeds were a good technology for a while, but to be honest with you, they kind of lost their luster in a lot of ways. But Google Reader was the best one out there, in my opinion. It was one of the best. But I get all my news from goodnews.com. So I don't really do any RSS anymore, to be honest with you. I haven't done it for years. So the death of Google Reader, yes, marks an official okay for the death of RSS from Google. They've been getting rid of FeedBurner as well. They've been phasing that out for quite some time. And so they've been just social media has kind of replaced RSS feeds. So Google Reader is officially dead. We can all go to sleep tonight cry ourselves to sleep tonight because we no longer have Google Reader. Another interesting story about Google's, their do no evil motto is they did decide that they were going to block an ad block app on Google Play today, and that's disappointing. And I'm not surprised that they did it, but there's an ad block app that somebody finally released for Google Play, and it was pulled, and they said it interferes or accesses another service or product in an unauthorized manner, was their official statement on that. And that's unfortunate because they're ad blockers. I mean, it's like you can't block it forever, man. And Google was never a big trying to enforce the law kind of company with that stuff anyway. So it's like it'd be like them going out and trying to block AdBlock Plus. But go ahead, try to wipe it. But that's very Apple of them. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Blocking the Google Reader. I don't know about that. I mean, pulling the ad block from Google, wow, from Google Android Store. Wow. So apparently, according to Read Write Mobile, Deja Vu Android topped Apple in tablets too. So Android has officially surpassed the iOS. Look at this. I'm looking at this chart here. The tablet OS Android has in 2013 officially breached 48.8% of the market, and 46% goes to iOS. Windows has a whopping 2.80%. They're kicking some major behind with that mobile operating system of theirs that they're shoving down everybody's throat. Interesting. The Pope, on the other hand, cannot keep up with Obama's Twitter record. That's true. It's very true. According to an article by Mashable, they just can't do it. He can't keep up. It's very, very difficult to keep up with President Obama's Twitter feed, which, by the way, these campaigns, these politicians now, these politicians these days, their ability to to utilize and leverage social media just blows me away. I can't believe it. I can't believe what they can do anymore. But the Pope cannot beat Obama's Twitter record. Something good for you guys to know. In other news, Nintendo did get sued, for those of you guys who like video games, for their 3D rendering on their Nintendo 3DS. Apparently, they stole it from a patented license. And again, Class's free 3D now all of a sudden was patented, and now Nintendo gets sued for $30.2 million in damages for infringing on that technology. Whether they did it or not, I don't know. But more places are suing, and more places are suing, and suing. In the last article I want to talk about, Comcast is calling its upcoming streaming event the biggest catch-up in TV history. That's right. We've talked about this also in the show before. What happens to modern broadcasting when we lose all this? When we all switch to internet streaming, which we are. Our generation, we're not doing broadcasting anymore. That stuff's old school, all right? We're not going to go watch television, standard television. Man, you got to like sit through commercials, and I mean, we got some ads on live streaming, we got some ads on the internet, but to be honest with you, you know, it's not something we're going to stick around and listen to or watch anymore. Too much waiting. We are an on-demand culture. Okay, we want it. We want what we want when we want it now. We want it now. That's what we want. That's like right now, even now with this live stream, you know, if you're not getting what you want in the first minute, boom, you're gone. That's usually how it works. And it doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised at all about that, actually. So it's very interesting to see where traditional broadcasting is going. It's dying off slowly, and they're just trying to catch up. They're trying so desperately to catch up. And it's really bad news for the traditional models, but at least they're trying. Because if they didn't try, then they're doomed to fail. They are doomed to fail if they don't try. So that was the last article of today. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about how to stream in HD. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. But check this out, guys. 3D Mix, very cool. A nice little transitionary period here. Hopefully it kind of picked it up for you guys. And you can see my broadcaster here, my website, maybe. Hopefully you can see what's going on my channel there. And let me know if you can't. Let me know if you can. Here's the community page, pcmtechhelp.com/community. This is where we all hang out outside of the show, okay? And I'm going to go to Livestream.com. And what's really kind of cool, and the reason I decided to go with Livestream.com, which, as you guys know, I'm broadcasting live right now via Livestream.com. It's actually an incredibly good deal for broadcasters, but there's two like packages that come with Livestream. They've got a channel-based Livestream that's like ridiculously expensive. It's like $350 a month, but then they have the basic, the other plans here. Let me pull up my plans here, see if it'll let me. Plans post. We don't want to do posts. Let's look at the plans, okay? And Livestream.com gives you this option to do a free, basic, or premium plan, okay? And I went with the basic. Now, the basic's pretty good. If I actually look at the plans compared, let me go to Learn More here. I can scroll down, and here's the premium, $333 a month, whoa, and then $42 a month for basic. But if you look down here, I can get an unlimited archive, which is sweet, and local publishing point. Obviously, you guys are watching the publishing point now. You can watch without logging into Livestream, so people can still watch the video. There's an event account and vanity URL, so I am now at new.livestream.com/PCMTechHelp. So I got my own URL, which is pretty cool. I redirect to it anyway, so if you're at my website, if you're at PCMTechHelp.com, let's see here. If you're at my website, you can just go to the live stream area. It says Watch Live. If you actually click Watch Now, it'll actually bring you straight to this website now. So if you get lost, because remember the show is broadcasting live Monday through Thursday, okay, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Something good for you to know. And it also allows me to integrate Google Analytics so I can stalk you guys thoroughly. Very important. Now, if I wanted to upgrade to the premium $333 package, which could happen in the future, I think it would be awesome. But I would need your guys' support to make something like that happen, because that's a lot of money. You can actually disable the event viewer count, post viewer count, and comments and chat. Why would I do that? I love you guys too much. I wouldn't do that to you. I can live stream on any website, which would be awesome. So I can embed the live stream right at PCMTechHelp.com. How cool would that be? Then you guys wouldn't... apparently I can embed the chat too. So like we can all hang out at PCMTechHelp.com then. That would be awesome. I can live stream straight to Facebook, which is also cool because like I'd like to be able to do it to Google Plus also. That was one of the things that was kind of a drawback. And I get 7 days a week phone support, so I can actually call somebody. But I went with the basic plan, $42 a month if you pay for it in full. I didn't. I went with the monthly plan, and that was $49 a month. And really, it's been quite an experience. I've had some issues with their broadcasting software. Right now, I'm using their broadcaster. That's very easy to set up. Essentially, what you do after you've created it is after you've gotten your account, is you go to your website, you log into Livestream, and then you can go straight to your account right up here at the top and click Post. And what you need to do is you need to create an event. So you have to go to Event page in the top right-hand corner here. And at this point, I can actually, hang on a second, let me mute this. Okay, good, it's still muted. Hey, there I am. At this point, I can actually create an event. It looks like it's actually doing this. So I've got to go to Edit Event or More Event Details. It's kind of cool. It does actually default to my event page here, so you guys can see what's going on. But I need to create an event page. So let me choose Events, and then I create a new event, and I'll say, New Live Stream. You know what I mean? I click Continue. And then I can choose my start date and time, so I can create this very dramatic event. And then I can upload an image or a thumbnail that kind of represents the event, and click Continue. And then after I've created that event, I can notify the followers and publish it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and make this go ahead. And then at this point, you get this nice little box on the right-hand side here. Do you see that up there on the right-hand side? And I can post my live video immediately. So I can click Live Video. That'll launch my broadcaster, and then my broadcaster lets me select the video quality that I want to broadcast. So that will actually, at that point, let me do my full live broadcasting. And the broadcaster is very easy to use. You guys can't see it because it's actually invisible to you, which is cool. Because I'm sitting here broadcasting you, and it's down here in the corner. And I can click Camera, and then it transitions to me. Look, I'm big on the camera. They've got screen, so it'll actually transition to my full screen capture, so you can see my screen capture. You got a 2D mix, which is pretty cool, so I pop up in the little corner here. And then I've got a 3D mix, which will actually, you know, kind of do some creative little 3D elements. There's also a zoom in and a zoom out for the screen. I haven't really played around with that much, but if I can zoom in a lot on my screen, see that? On a certain aspect of my screen, which is kind of cool. And I can zoom back out. So it's kind of a fancy way to kind of get this all under control, and a really cool way to do live streaming. Now it also lets you attach, right here on the right-hand side, it lets you attach other things. Here, let's zoom in. See if I can move this thing. I don't even know how to move this thing around. Doot. There it is. Move it. Oh, there it is. See? Right there on the right. I can actually select videos. I can attach videos to this event. I can attach text, photos, all kinds of different things to the event page. So if we're actually talking about something interesting, we can do that. You know, I can actually link to it. You're not limited on what you can do there. And so I can actually post multiple videos or multiple live streams on a single event, which would be awesome if I was covering like CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. I could create one event for that day, and then I could actually publish on my phone, because there's a mobile app as well, all of the coverage for that particular event. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with that. So it's very interesting to see what they've been able to do with this, and it's kind of an exciting thing about live streaming. Live streaming was something I've wanted to do, and now I'm in HD. I think we're starting to look more and more official. So let's see how we do here in the future. Now, as you guys know, the show is structured as such. I open up with a basic topic. Of course, I got a late start today, and then I actually move into generalized topic of discussion. So I do like an opening, and then I do tech news, and now I'm doing how to stream in HD. Very easy to do, actually, right here with this software. And then after that, I go into your live Q&A, where you guys ask me any tech questions you can possibly ask, and I will do my best to answer them. And I usually answer on a first in, first out basis. So at that point, I can take a look at what you got going on and hopefully help you out with any computer problems you might have. So I'm going to go down here through the chat. And it looks like there's a lot of activity going on starting out. Craft Kick says success. Yes, success. We got the live stream going. Awesome. J-Ray's excited he saw me. Viper said finally. Viper apparently had an echo. Looks like he got it resolved, which is awesome. J-Ray says there was some freezing. So that's kind of stuff what I would expect. I'm wondering if people are still experiencing the lagging, because it sounded like earlier people were getting lagging. And and it also looks like Rebel could see the corner of my wall. Yet my office here is kind of ridiculous. You want to see? I don't even know if I want to show you guys. I look like I'm in a terrorist cell. Okay, you want to see this? Because I'm gonna need to. Are you sure? You're sure, you guys? Do you really want to see? You're sure? Okay. All right. Here it goes. Here's a grand tour of PCM Tech Help Show headquarters. That's right. Headquarters right here. You're behind the scenes. Look at PCM Tech Help Show headquarters. It is absolutely horrible. My basement is not finished. It's not finished at all. And you want the other side too? There it is. Oh man. Oh, I get depressed just looking at it on my camera. PCMTechHelp.com headquarters. Oh wow. Now I got to figure out a way to actually make this coherent again. Oh, look at that. We're close enough. Close enough. I can actually pull it up on my screen and look. Oh, hey, I didn't do too bad on that. My screen's a little there. That'll work. That'll do. That'll do. But that is my awesome studio. But don't worry, I'm fixing the backdrop. The backdrop will get fixed, guys. I swear. Oh, just don't touch it. Don't even breathe on it. Don't even look at it. No, don't look. Don't. Look away. Look away. No, don't. Look away. Okay. That was close. Craft Kick says, looks better than Google's thing. I'm glad to hear that. Viper says, hey, it's X-Lord here. Welcome back, Viper, X-Lord. Good to have you with us. Awesome. Looks like nobody's having echo problems except for Viper. Poor Viper and his echo. Steve Wheeler was having bad picture. Wow, you could clearly see the backdrop wrinkle. Nice HD. Yeah, thank you. Actually, this isn't technically an HD because I'm broadcasting wirelessly because I couldn't get a Cat5 cable long enough down here. But when it's in full HD, just you wait. It'll look even worse. I'm going to have to get some of that HD makeup. You know, it'll be like slide it on there, or I'll like just do half of my face. Like this face, this side of my face, I'll look like 90 years old. This side of my face, I'll look like 150. We are getting so much productive stuff done today, guys. We're talking about so much interesting stuff. Steve Wheeler says, better on Linux than Windows. Glad to hear that. There's a lost connection. You appear fine to me, says Tom Prokes. Glad to hear that. I cracked Office 2010 Pro. I have achieved my first important crack. Did you crack it yourself? Or did you write the crack yourself? Did you hack it yourself? Or did you go out and, wait a minute. Did you hack it yourself? Because that would be, bravo. How did you do it? I don't even know how I would do it. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Echo is still going, according to a lot of people. Yeah, Jack, small echo here and there. And where's the echo coming from? I don't hear it. Big echo again. Everybody's getting echoes. I didn't hear an echo when I was first working on it. So, and I'm going through all your questions here one at a time. First in, first out. We're having fun. Oh, hey guys, see those little like buttons and tweet buttons? You should totally tweet this to all your followers so people can come in here and see how ridiculous my set looks. We definitely have to have that. Definitely have that. Andrew Epperson says I'm coming in fine there, which is always good. J. Ray K says, if I had a webcam and a real mic, by God, you'd make some magic happen. Graphic, welcome. Welcome being new. Don't forget to join the community, PCMTechHelp.com/community, where we have all kinds of fun. We're getting so much done today, guys. We're talking about the Echo and the HD and the Echo, and this is so awesome. We're getting so much done. Lost feed, back with Echo. There's the Echo, 2 open. Cool, Jack, you're here. Thank you, Craig. Much Echo stuff. That's so interesting. It seems to be just J-Ray who's having the big echo problem. Jonathan Williams says hi. Hi, John. Welcome to the page. Good to have you with us. Tom Proke says, Big Brother Google. Yeah, Big Brother Google. Viper says, there goes my 3DS. I just don't like the Windows rips the entire history of Windows, then passes Windows RT's code. Come on! Yeah, that's interesting. The video stopped streaming right when I was fake sleeping. Really? Never a good thing. Craig's unique taskbar. What a mess. My whole desktop is a mess. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this. It's a mess. 2D mix shows you how much of a mess my desktop really is. I'm uniquely organized, okay? That's what that means. I'm uniquely organized, okay? That's it. That's it. So $333, right, for the professional version. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. $333 is kind of crazy. I would be curious. I mean, I guess I could technically afford it if you know, the show got big enough and I was making enough money. But right now, no way. But I guess it's not that unreasonable, because really, if you were able to embed your live feed right in your website, people can watch your feed right at your website, and you can have ads on that feed page. So then you're getting traffic into your website, you're getting live feed, all kinds of fun stuff actually going on at the same time. And that's one of the great things about it. It's just, I personally think it would be worth the money if I had the money. That would be one of the big things. So, Craft Kick says Twitch is free and you can pay $8 a month so you don't get a 30-second ad when you start a video. Yeah, Twitch was pretty good. It was one of the ones I was looking into. I didn't like the interface. I didn't like the way it was structured, and I didn't like the broadcaster that they used for Twitch. That's why I actually decided to go with Livestream.com. I like this Livestream broadcaster they have here. It's a cool tool. Obviously, I wasn't able to do much at the beginning of the show, but it's my first broadcast. I expect to have some kind of some setbacks. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it already. Everything was working kind of well once I got started, and I'll probably do full HD tomorrow. I think the reason I was having issues was because I wasn't connected to a landline Ethernet connection. And maybe tomorrow we'll actually get back to doing real show content rather than discussing the HD aspect of what's going on. So, and like I said, I'm going to have to go back and watch this video to kind of see how bad it went. So, Tom Proke says, can we watch you on our smartphones? Yes, you can. If you download the Livestream.com app, you can actually watch my feed right on Livestream now. That's one of the options it gives me when I start the broadcast, is it should be broadcasting in medium quality for mobile phones. Should be, theoretically. Kind of, maybe. Interesting. Rebel Do says, is Twitch an After Effect plugin? No, Twitch is twitch.tv. Twitch.tv, have you ever heard of it? It's actually a live streaming website. A lot of people use it. It's very popular. So it's not like a bad thing. Hang on, let me shoot out a message here. Broadcasting now. I'm gonna spam my followers here. I don't mean to do it, but the first time I sent it out, nobody even probably saw anything for 10 minutes, so I figured I'd shoot it out. Graphic says, great, another email. Sorry about that. Craig spammed me. I spammed you? I didn't do that, did I? Of course, this is a free software service which we could all use. There is a free version of Livestream that you can try out. I didn't even bother trying to do it. There is a free version, though, so it's interesting. J. Ray lost his echo, which is good. Because you closed a tab, Viper asked. Craig, you're faster on this website. I'm faster. Like I'm moving faster? That's awesome. Well, these things are exciting at the same time. You know, it's like we started off a little slow, but things are moving. But like, whew, my hair does whoosh, so I can do the Conan O'Brien thing now. Or the, what's it called? The Harlem Shake. You gotta love it. My hair goes whoosh. That's kind of creepy, guys. Hopefully it sounds slow motion, because then I'll get definitely scared. Rebel Do says, LOLJ. At least I'm faster. Jonathan Williams says, I don't have any of the login page. I don't know where to start. Can I have some help? You don't have the login page. Go to go to just livestream.com. You should be able to register at that point. If you just go to google.com/community, I'm sorry, PCMTechHelp.com/community, you can join the community with any of your Google accounts. So if you have like a YouTube account or you have any of that other stuff going on, that is a great way to join the community page. And that's where we all hang out outside the show. We do all kinds of awesome stuff there. So check out the community page. A lot of fun. A lot of cool tech news. I got a new category called Tech News and Buzz. There's all kinds of cool stories that were posted on there today. Community members, these guys are like smarter than I am half the time. So it's pretty awesome to actually learn from them while they're helping people. So, and that's what the show's all about, free help. That's what PCM Tech Help Show is. That's why we're here. Awesome. Kevin Bragdon says, keep saying the server connection timed out. Is that my website? No, that never happens with my website. My website never goes down. It's perfect. PCMTechHelp.com. Let's see if it's going down. Let's do another test, shall we? It actually loaded. I mean, of course it loaded. Of course it loaded. Why wouldn't it load? It works. It works so well. It works so well. So incredibly well, guys. So incredibly well. Oh, so now you guys are talking about my headquarters. I'm kind of behind on my comments, aren't I? Dude, that's the most professional headquarters I have ever seen. Looks like my basement. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Rebel Dew said, I knew it. J Ray's laughing. Rebel, you're priceless. Not in HD anymore. I did try using the KMS emulator. Cool. Did you have any luck with it? What'd you think of it? Did you like it? KMS emulator. Good stuff. Jay thinks the EPCO is done for good. That's good. Jay Rick and Craig, you're awesome in HD. Even though I see you in 270p, it does show a difference from YouTube. It is. And HD, we're not even technically in HD yet, guys. I'm going to get my camera set up. I got a really awesome camera. I can't even remember what it's called. It's like, I spent like $2,000 on it at the end of the year last year. I haven't used it once. That's how sad and pathetic it is. But I totally got it working. I got to get it working because this is right now, this is just a little webcam, okay? But that'll have even more professional audio because it'll be analog audio, and it'll also be full digital picture, full actual 1080p HD. My computer won't even be able to stream it. That's how good it is. So I'm pretty excited about getting that going up this weekend. So that's one of the fun things about technology is experimentation. That's what I was talking about earlier in the video. So I'm kind of excited to see where things are going to go with the show, by the way, guys. Things have been growing really well. We've got 177 members of the community, which I don't stop plugging because you guys also still have your pre-show hangouts. So, like, at the community, like, everybody will go there and hang out with each other before the show. And so that's kind of a really cool thing about it, too. And it's kind of cool. Craig, clean up your taskbar. But, Mom, it's uniquely organized. That's so true. It's so me. 40 minutes into the stream already. I know. Isn't that crazy? Actually, 32 minutes and 18 seconds, to be exact. J. Ray K says, awesome mobile, Craig. Glad to hear it's working on mobile. Craft Kit says, I only have 5 followers on Twitter, so it wouldn't be much if I shared this. Hey, man, those 5 people would totally revolutionize the website. I'm telling you. Craig, LibreOffice, Microsoft Office 2010, what's your pick? Whatever's free, which would be LibreOffice. For those of you who don't know anything about open source software, LibreOffice is one of the best open source solutions, free solutions to Microsoft Office as an alternative. And it's actually easy to get, easy to install, works great. Actually, it's very similar to original Office 2003, I want to say. But it's an awesome, awesome product. Check it out. LibreOffice. Very easy. Just Google it. It'll come right up. Come right up at the top. But Jack B, that would be my pick. I would go Libre. I have Office 2010. It's good, but I wouldn't spend money on it. J Ray thinks LibreOffice is better for its plugins. Not bad idea or argument on there. I got to agree with you on that. Rebel Do says, Mr. Chamberlain, would you switch back if YouTube has HD live stream? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Because it has a tighter integration to YouTube. And I started a YouTube stream to kind of redirect people here so that they could watch the new live stream here. But I think that's actually what screwed up all my stuff because it tried to capture my camera and it did all kinds of crazy stuff. And I wasn't able to even get started on this stream. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I probably would go back. It just depends on how this turns out in the long run. Because I'm going to upload this video to YouTube right after we're done recording here as the next episode, and it should get views. And I mean, really, and then hopefully people will catch on that the live stream's actually at this new place, livestream.com, and rather than at the YouTube. So, and then people on YouTube will still get to watch the episodes, which is, of course, the important thing, right? Viper says, Craig went to a special food place last night. I did, man. What a nightmare that was. Sorry about that, guys. I got out there, and we got there at 7:30, which was already kind of late to eat dinner. And then they were overbooked, and it was just a big nightmare. But the food was awesome. I uploaded that video to YouTube about it. It was exciting. Very exciting experience. Jonathan Williams says, sorry, I meant the login page for the Caravan site. Oh, man, it's been a long time since we discussed that. This was the website you were trying to get set up so that you could do remote protocol communication, remote login communication through a browser so people get on your Wi-Fi. It's an authentication service. You're going to have to ask specific questions at the community page about that because it's very difficult to troubleshoot something like that on a live stream. But we'll be more than happy to help you out there. I can't remember who recommended. I think Neil recommended a tool for you. And Neil's a sharp guy, so he knows a lot of stuff over there. But check that one out. Check out the community. Post your question there, and we'll try to get you taken care of. And post specifically what your problem is. That's kind of a big thing. When you're posting questions at the community, do your best to be as detailed as you possibly can so that we can actually kind of help you out better. Tell us what kind of hardware you're using, what error messages are you getting. This stuff helps us immensely when we're actually going to do the support and give you help. It'll help us a lot. So, Tom Proke says, I can't find an app for my iPhone, Android, I mean. So there must not be a Livestream app for Android yet. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Have you tried just going to livestream.com? They might have a mobile website as well. That's worth checking out. A lot of the Android services do that instead because of the different screen sizes and everything. So check out to see if livestream.com has a mobile website when you go to livestream.com. Viper says, would you rather use MS-DOS or Windows 8? Depends on what I'm trying to do, but MS-DOS does some things really well, but it's so dated that I would probably rather use Windows 8 because I couldn't do this awesome live stream through DOS. Come on, guys. Wouldn't want to lose that. Viper says, my computer keeps getting an unhandled exception whenever I try to run an admin program. Unhandled exceptions will show up in your data log. And let me show you guys, because you can actually see my screen now, where that's at. You can actually check your error log. So go right here to your desktop, okay? And right-click on Computer and select Manage. And this will bring up your computer management console. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Go to Event Viewer, and you want to go to Windows Logs. And you have Application, Security, Setup, System, and forwarded events. You have all kinds of interesting things here that'll help you do some troubleshooting. So this is probably the most important part. But you'll go to Security or Applications, and notice you'll have an error message, okay? When you find an error message there, it looks like my faulting application name was Google Drive Sync, okay? And I can actually check my event log online. This is probably one of the more important things. Right here at the bottom of the thing, you can actually do tracing and routing to find the location of your problem right on your desktop through the error logs. And a lot of these are actually pretty useful. It just depends. You have security also on the left, setup, system errors, and things like that. But if you get any kind of an event log from Windows itself, then you're going to actually be looking at a situation where you can actually trace the error as long as you actually bring up the original post. So that's one of the great things you need to know about. The Windows error log is essential, and it's very easy to use. So make sure you check it out and use it. Make sure you use it, especially for Windows errors. Rebel Do says Xi3's piston console versus Ouya. Probably not Ouya. I'd probably go with the piston console. Only Ouya is the Android console, by the way. Probably not Ouya. It's too new. That's kind of my problem. Let me look up the piston again because I want to make sure I'm talking about the same thing here. And it's like these new systems are coming out. All these gaming systems are coming out with the mobile platforms on them. But the piston is a Steam box, essentially, and it allows you to do Steam gaming right on your little box. Just plug it right into your TV. You can do Steam gaming right on it. And what's cool about the piston is that it uses Steam, which is an established service. When you're talking about Ouya, which may use the Android operating system, it wasn't really engineered at the beginning to be a gaming system on a television, especially the resolution sizes. So anything Steam is going to be better in the long run. So J-Ray K says piston. It looks cool. So J-Ray agrees with that. Rebel says, great choice, Jay. Me too. Tom Proke says, it took me a little while, but I found you. I know. We'll get it figured out. We'll get something standardized and working. Craft Kick heard a creeper. Somebody's playing Minecraft too much. J-Ray K, great show tonight, Greg. What do you think of Windows 7 build 7231? I installed it today from XP. My computer is a little slow spec, but it feels faster, or is faster. Windows 7, I don't know any specific build specs, but Windows 7 is fantastic. It's my favorite operating system Microsoft has released. And really, I'm kind of hoping that they move back to it because of the nightmare that occurred with Windows 8. I know Windows 8 is releasing the Blue service, which means the Blue patch, which is nothing more than a service pack in my opinion. So I don't really see a whole lot of motivation or inspiration coming out of that debacle. But it'll be very interesting to see how they react to this new market. I think Windows 8 you're going to see phase out, and they're going to start phasing in Windows 7 as a more prominent operating system again. Or they're going to release like a Windows 9, and Windows 9 is going to be a lot more like Windows 7. That may be more likely the case because they can make more money selling you an operating system again. So I'm glad to hear Windows 7 worked out great for you. You said you have a 1.7 gigahertz and 1.2 gig of RAM. Do you think Avast would make my boot time longer? Yes. Avast is an antivirus program. They do extend boot times, but they do offer protection. So really that's a judgment call based upon whether you think you'll get infected or not, or how smart you think you are with your computer. And if you think you're smart with your computer and you think you're not going to get infections, then I wouldn't put it on there. So that would be your call. That's a judgment call. Viper says he's got 10 gigs of RAM. Wow, that's a lot of memory. I only have 8. Rebel Do says, Craig, did you know you could watch Star Wars New Hope in ASCII characters on your command prompt? Yes, I've actually watched that. And for those of you who don't know what this is, you can actually watch the entire Star Wars movie recreated in ASCII. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Star Wars in ASCII. Just Google it. Star Wars in ASCII. Right there. Animation, main page. And you have to telnet into it, from what I understand. But it looks like there's an actual animated GIF of it as well. But you can actually watch the whole thing in this ASCII or text, alphanumerical text. And it's pretty hilarious, actually. I've watched it. Not the whole thing, but I've watched it, a lot of it. I've watched all of it. Okay, I've watched it all. I'm sorry. It's awesome. That's good stuff. Looks like Viper's watched it as well. Jack B says, why is the font in computer management the Segoy UI Windows 8 instead of the default Windows 7 font? I don't know. Maybe they tried to make it prettier. So that way when you were reading about your errors in Windows 8, you felt a lot happier by the font style. I can't answer that question, actually. I don't know why they chose a different font. That's very bizarre. Rebel Do says, Viper, I fell asleep halfway through it. That would be hopefully not my live stream. Hopefully that would be the actual Star Wars in ASCII. J-Ray K says, your show looks more professional with live stream, Craig. Transitions they are cool. I agree. I think they look a lot better too. Ready Boost, is it good or is it crap? Ready Boost is kind of a hybrid of both of them. Ready Boost is kind of like a way for it to free up memory on the fly, your computer. Ready Boost is part of, for those of you guys who don't know, it's a free software program called Advanced System Care. It comes packaged with Ready Boost, and Ready Boost will allow it to basically give you a huge performance boost in a short period of time by freeing up old memory. It's very similar to like the Task Killer on your Android phone. In other words, it shuts down useless programs and services so that you can get temporary boost in your performance. But all in all, I wouldn't say it's a huge benefit because you can, for the most part, close down most of those applications yourself. But for those who don't know a lot about it, it's free, right? I'm almost positive you're talking about Ready Boost, right? Are we talking about the same thing? Maybe you're talking about Ready Boost as in the USB boot times when you put the flash, you put your cache on the USB drive instead of your main drive. That might be what you're talking about. That's also kind of gimmicky as well, actually. But technically it's faster, but it's not huge. It's not a huge performance gain. It'll be a little bit. Viper says, I'm off to bed. Have a good night, Viper. Thanks for coming out. J. Ray K says, Avast is for me. Thanks for your opinion. Yeah, if it's worth it to you, install Avast. It's definitely worth checking out. Jack B says, I guess it's finally X-Lord's bedtime. Craft Kick says, Craig, what's a good computer for gaming? I was thinking an Alienware with an i7 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, but what do you think? Personally, I recommend CyberPower PCs. I'm going to pull up their website here so you guys can see what's going on. Actually, you've been staring at my screen the whole time. That's kind of unfortunate. But now you can actually see what I'm talking about. CyberPower PC. This is the website that I bought my computer from. I'm very happy with it. I've had it for about 6 months. And the really cool thing about CyberPower is that they do sell cutting-edge systems. They're manufactured in America. They use high-quality parts, and their pricing is extremely competitive. But right here, you're going to want to go to gaming desktops or gaming lap notebooks, whatever you want to look at. And they have a cool style as well. But one of the best parts about this website is actually as you're going through it, you can look at their frames per second on the left-hand side here, a test, and you can highlight and see what games they've tested and what the frame rates were on it. So all these systems are actually pre-tested, and you can actually go in and customize them at that point. But I strongly recommend them if you're into the whole, and if you're into gaming at all, they're definitely worth looking into. Another really big one is Sager Notebook, S-A-G-E-R-N-O-T-E-B-O-O-K, Sager Notebooks. Check them out. They're also a great company. Alienware makes good laptops, but I think they're overpriced for what you get. I think they still kind of go on their name, so rather than quality. So, and actually, as Steve Wheeler just said, Alienware is nothing but a Dell computer now. It used to be an independently run company. They got bought out and they're rebranded. They bought the brand and they're rebranding Dell laptops as Alienware laptops. But they're essentially the same thing now. So there's not a whole lot going on there anymore as far as benefits are concerned. But if you check out CyberPower, you won't be disappointed. They're a great company. They take good care of their customers, and their products are solid. So apparently people want to see, Jack wants to see my laptop with my camera. And since it's the end of the show, thank you guys for coming out. Don't forget we broadcast live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, so I will be back here tomorrow. It'll be Thursday, the last episode of the week. I'm really excited that we're in HD now. I'm going to review this video, see what kind of changes I need to make in order to make things a little prettier. But I think we're going to get there. I think we're in HD now. We're going to keep moving forward. I'll get my new camera in here. I'll get my new backdrop. We'll start to look like a real show. Then you guys are going to be like, should we talk about something important? And I'll be like, oh, you guys actually wanted content? Uh-oh. All right, let's check this out. You guys wanted to see, Steve Wheeler wanted to see my computer or my laptop. And I have a CyberPower PC laptop. I don't want to shake it too much, but here it is. Got this cool little mouse pad right here. It's not really anything too fancy. It's pretty much what you would expect on a mouse. It's got the LEDs here at the front. The keyboard's kind of nice, actually. It's got this, the gaming keys are actually highlighted. You really can't see that unless I move this over here. So that's kind of cool. It shows that kind of layout there. And I have all my normal keys. One thing I did like about it is it does include the numeric keypad. So you can actually have the number keys on here. A lot of keyboards or modern keyboards don't include that. Of course, you have the screen, which is a screen. And then we have embedded camera, which I actually wasn't that impressed with this, to be honest with you. I was kind of disappointed. So that's kind of disappointing. But this is the X7, I believe. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. I don't want to break anything because my live stream will probably fall off my desk. That'd be a great fail video. Oh, that's got my key on it. You guys can't see that. This is the P5. No, that's my part number. I believe it's the X7 model. I don't want you guys to get my, now that we're in HD, I don't want you guys to get my key, my Windows key, steal my Windows key. I know you guys would. You'd sell it on eBay. Hang on, I gotta get this back on here. All right, we kind of made it, kind of. Now that I've butchered my setup, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming out today. It's been an awesome time. It was a really good episode, I think. Good start to the HD quality streaming. And we will find out how this will all pan out in the long run. But I think Livestream is going to be a welcome addition to the community. So make sure you join the community page, pcmtechhelp.com/community. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Also like this video, share this video, embed this video, tweet this video, and like this video. Like it again on Facebook. And make sure you share it to all your friends and family and loved ones. Burn it on a CD. Give it to them with chocolates. Give them a warm, fuzzy feeling. Be really, really wonderful experience for them. They will be forever grateful. And also make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Like I said, pcmtechhelp.com/YouTube. That's where the show started. There's over 450 free video tutorials there worth checking out. And I will see you guys at the community in between episodes because that's where I live. I'll see you guys then.